Welcome to Dad Jokes. First one. Why don't people play poker in the jungle? Too many cheetahs. What does a zombie vegetarian eat? Grains. I got fired from my job at the bank today. An old lady came in and asked to check her balance, so I pushed her over. What did the blanket say as it fell off the bed? Oh, shit! How did Darth Vader know what Luke got him for Christmas? He felt his presence. What's the last thing that goes through a bug's mind when it hits the windshield? Its butt. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Supplies! I have an addiction to cheddar cheese, but it's only mild. Why shouldn't you write with a broken pencil? Because it's pointless. I was sitting in traffic the other day, probably why I got ran over. Sometimes I tuck my knees into my chest and lean forward. That's just how I roll. Will glass coffins ever become popular? Remains to be seen. What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday? Hey, matey! Geology rocks, but geography is where it's at. Knowing sign language can come in handy. Why don't ants get sick? They have antibodies. What do you call a fish with no eye? Why do you smear peanut butter on the road to go with the traffic jam? My grandfather has the heart of a lion and a lifetime ban from the National Zoo. What's green and has wheels? Grass. I lied about the wheels. What does a house wear? A dress. Have you heard about the corduroy pillow? It's making headlines. What do you call a man who can't stand? Kneel. I'm thinking about removing my spine. I feel like it's holding me back. Did you hear about the 2 thieves that stole the calendar? They each got 6 months. Have you heard of the band 923 Megabytes? Probably not. They haven't had a gig yet. What's the most terrifying word in nuclear physics? Oops. I watched hockey before it was cool. They were basically swimming. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up? Because it was too tired. How do felines shop? By reading catalogues. Don't worry if you miss a gym session. Everything will work out. 5 guys walking to a bar. You think one of them would have seen it. Man, I love my furniture. Me and my recliner go way back. What's scarier than a werewolf? A hear-wolf? If winter fell on King's Landing, would River run? What does a fan say to its owner? I am a fan of yours. My work has a new fragrance policy. I'd better read it. I don't want to get sent home. The way buttons work is depressing. Why was the Klutz such a good DJ? He always dropped the beat. You know what you call a person who wears 2 watches? Someone with too much time on their hands. How do you get Pikachu onto a bus? You poke 'em on. What do you call a snail on a boat? A snailer. What do you call a mage who controls cats? A necromancer. Why didn't the toilet paper cross the road? It got stuck in the crack. I've invented a plane without wings. I can't see it taking off. How many bugs do you need to rent out an apartment? 10 ants. I want to go camping every year. That trip was so intense. Wait, you don't want to hear a joke about potassium? Okay. How do you feel when there's no coffee? Depresso. So, I broke my arm in 2 places. You know what the doctor told me? Stay out of those places. What do you give a sick bird? Tweetment. Why do Germans hate making sausage? They're the worst. What does a grizzly take for pain? Bear aspirin. What are the biggest enemies of caterpillars? Doggopillars. What do you call an empty can of Cheese Whiz? Cheese Whiz. How do you make holy water? You boil the hell out of it. Why do bees hum? Because they don't know the words. What did the salt say to the pepper? Catch you next seasoning. Leather is great for sneaking around because it's made of hide. What do you call a man with a rubber toe? Rubber toe. Oh, entropy. It ain't what it used to be. What's the award for being the best dentist? A little plaque. What did the finger say to the thumb? I'm in love with you. What do you call a magician dog? A labracadabrador. What concert only costs 45 cents? 50 cents plus Nickelback. I'm not sorry for that one. What do sprinters eat before they race? Nothing. They fast. Who invented the round table? Circumference. This one I did kind of laugh out loud. What do you call a security guard outside of Samsung? Guardians of the Galaxy. What sound does a nut make when it sneezes? Cashoo! Why do ghosts love elevators? Because it lifts their spirits. What's the best way to carve wood? Whittle by whittle. Why was the snowman looking through a bag of carrots? He was picking his nose. What do you call a belt made out of watches? A waste of time. How do you make 7 an even number? You just take away the S. How do you find Will Smith in the snow? You just follow the Fresh Prince. What is Forrest Gump's computer password? 1 Forrest 1. What did the clock do when it was hungry? It went back for seconds. I still remember the last thing my grandfather said before kicking the bucket. He said, "Hey, you want me to see how far I can kick this bucket?" How do you make a milkshake? By scaring it. What are you doing with that bass? It looks fishy. I'm not slurring. I'm speaking in cursive. I absolutely could not work for my boss after what he said to me. He said I'm fired. Donating a kidney makes you somebody's hero, but donating 5 makes you a suspect, Why did the mushroom always like to party? He was a fun guy. How much do dead batteries cost? Free of charge. Why couldn't the water express its feelings? Because it was all bottled up. I don't know about you, but lukewarm milk tastes utterly awful. I yelled "cow" at the woman on the bike and she gave me the finger. But then she plowed her bike straight into that cow. Why did the golfer always carry 2 pairs of pants? Because he always got a hole in one of them. Did you hear about the kidnapping at school? It's fine. He eventually woke up. What is red and bad for your teeth? A brick. Alright guys, thank you for joining me and watching me and listening to my silly dad jokes. I hope you enjoyed them. Please like and subscribe to my channel and spread the word around. And also leave a comment below. Give me your best dad joke. See you later. What?